All right, thanks everyone for joining us. We're going to go ahead and get started, and I will have the participants window open and maybe add some more people as we go along. And if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. This meeting is being recorded and it will be posted later for those who can't make it today. All right. So welcome. I am Sierra Milkowitz. I am the project manager for South Coast Oregon Connects. We're a community website that's locally backed by United Way, Coos Bay chapter, and statewide through a partnership of community websites called Community Website Partnership. So we get support from our steering committee. Like I said, I am the project manager and I'll be presenting today. This is kind of a level 2 webinar. So if for some reason this is the first time you're seeing us, I will go ahead and put the link to the introductory webinar in the chat right now, so that way you can view that later or now if you want to go view that first, and then this will be recorded and posted as well. So thank you very much, and we'll go ahead and get started. So in our last webinar, I talked kind of the 300,000 foot view of the website, who our team is, how we got started, and then we took a tour of the public facing part of the website. So if you missed that intro webinar, like I said, I posted the link. And for this webinar, I'll really be going into specific examples of what current users can do to maximize your time on the website. So first I'll give a little quick intro. Then we'll talk about some data, and then we'll really dive into some specific examples of what others have done to utilize the website. And then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. So first, I would just like to kind of know who's here. So I will keep us on mute, but if you could put in the chat your name and something about yourself, whether it's the organization you work for or what your favorite part about the South Coast is or what you love about Coos County. I would like to check out who's in the meeting here. So if you can, post it in the chat. Thanks. Take some notes here. All right. Thanks, Laura. All right. So we'll go ahead and move on to a quick recap. So South Coast Oregon Connects, our true purpose is connecting Coos County with local resources. So the group has been going for quite a while to plan this website, but we had our soft launch in March. And we weren't actually supposed to launch until the end of June. So congratulations, if you're here and you're already using the website, you are an early adopter. We actually launched right about the right time when the COVID-19 pandemic hit and people are all of a sudden working from home and really trying to feel a connection to our community, but being virtual. So we decided to go ahead and launch the website. It was kind of incomplete at first, but our steering committee has been working really hard to complete that. And I'd say we are complete and really getting some good content on there now. So collaboration across Coos County economy and nonprofit sectors. And like I said, we're part of that larger statewide network of community websites that are really focused on rural areas in Oregon. Our official launch is still scheduled for the end of June. We are going to be having a scavenger hunt. There will be an in-person option that is safe and socially distanced in your own car. And then we'll also have a virtual option for that directory scavenger hunt as well. So stay tuned. We will be posting information about those on our Facebook page. So thank you, early adopters and people who are already using the website. So, let's see, go to the next slide. So if you're here at level 2, you probably already have a directory entry for your business or organization on the site. So last time I really went into the directory and how to put an entry on there. Right now, I can actually show you how to go in and edit your directory listing if you need to make any changes. So this is the website homepage. You'll have to log in. There we go. So you'll see that after you log in, the website looks pretty much like it does to the public, except for now you have the option to manage your own listings, manage your own calendar events, and submit volunteer or news listings. So if you added your organization to the directory and now you want to edit something, all you'll do is hover over a directory and go to My Listings. And it'll look like this. So you'll notice that you can have multiple directory listings. So if you work for an organization that works with a lot of different businesses and you decide you want to be the person to manage those listings, you can have multiple. As long as you put in different contact information for each, people can reach out to the organizations directly, but you'll be the one behind the scenes who can make changes if needed. So I'll go ahead and click on my listing here. And it looks just like the form to originally submit a directory listing. So you can just go in and edit anything that you would like. Say we just wanted to add some other text here. And maybe you can edit the phone number, if you got a new email address, that sort of thing. Or if you wanted to upload more photos. So we say that the best photo to upload at first is always the logo of your organization or the organization you're posting. But you can also add more like a gallery of photos if you want people to have a little more imagery on your directory listing about what you're about. So you'll just hit Save Changes. And there we are. So that will update it automatically if you go back to the directory. And remember, directory entries and volunteer postings get posted live to the website immediately. News articles go through our moderators first to be checked for any spelling errors, that sort of thing. So we should see the changes that we made here. And there we are. So this is the interactive page for directory listing. And if you uploaded more photos, this is where folks will see them. So if you have specialized logos or any other photos that you want the public to see, that's where they land. All right. So I'll go back to my slides. And when I was thinking about how to structure this webinar, I thought, last time was really general. Let's get into some really specific examples. So what we've seen, and we've been live for a little over 2 months now, why do people use South Coast Oregon Connects? Really, it's to look for resources. So that's the public side. Without logging in, anybody can search for all the resources and articles that are posted on the page. We've really seen people, reach out to the website and start using it for connection. So a lot of us, if we work with the community, we're used to talking to people every day, going out to meetings or fundraisers or that sort of thing. But, that isn't really happening anymore. But we still have a really thriving community, and this website gives a hub for all that activity, virtual or otherwise, that's going on and really makes our community strong. So that connection, and that's the connection in our name. So we want to connect people and connect them with resources. So this is part of a new part of the website. We didn't have it complete at the last webinar. So I will go to the press release. So this is a really great feature of the website. If you hover over news, go down to submit a press release. Anybody can use this without logging in. So we've been in contact with local media organizations, and if they give us permission, they are linked on this form. So folks can go here as a one-stop shop if you have a press release. So we have just a little bit of guidelines there at the top. To use the form, you select one or more of any of the press organizations you'd like your release to go to, and fill out the form with your press release. And some fields are required. These are the ones that news organizations say often get forgotten. So the date or the logo. So you can upload logo, you can upload photos, and then by clicking send, you agree that your content may be copied and pasted directly to printed and online publications managed by the media outlets that you selected above. So this is nice because South Coast Oregon Connects is the one who maintains this contact list. So if something changes hands at the organization, we're checking in with these media outlets regularly to make sure your press release always goes to the right spot. Instead of having to save a group in your email and then forget that that person doesn't work there anymore and then update an email group. So this is just a one-stop maintained place for press releases. So we are really excited about that, and that's a great feature of our website. We've really seen people embrace the calendar. So as you know, we have a lot going on in our community before the COVID-19 world and during. So we do have an event section. So if you go to the calendar section, I'll bring the website back up, click on calendar. And we have a pretty robust calendar of what's going on in the community. So this is what people can access and add to by creating an account on the website. And I'll show you how to add to the calendar in just a moment. We also have a list of community calendars. So these are ones that we found out and about where people maintain their own calendars on their own website. And it is a lot, right? And so if you're thinking about being efficient with your time, and if you are the one for a business or organization that has to update a calendar, maybe it does make sense to have your own if you have lots of events and if your grant says you have to have your own calendar, that sort of thing. But maybe, it really just makes sense to migrate those over to the community calendar. And that's what we've seen a few people do. For example, the Coos Bay Public Library is now using this, and they're using it for their virtual gatherings. So virtual Spanish, conversational Spanish meetup. We have the Devereaux Center posted their free lunch on here. So let's go ahead and see how to create a calendar event. So if you're logged in, you should have this option. Hover over calendar and add your event. There is a guide as well right on the page, so you don't have to remember everything that I show you today. What time does it start? What time does it end? And if it is a series or a recurring event, you can schedule multiple recurrence. Weekly, there we go. And every Wednesday, every 1 Wednesday, every 2 Wednesdays. So you can just come in and set it up once. And then anytime you go in to make edits, if you have to update something or add more information, it will then update all of the sequential events. You can choose an image, and we always recommend adding an image. And you can categorize it. So here are our categories. We do manage these categories. So if you ever come across something, we've had a few users say, hey, I don't really think my directory listing or my event really meshes into one of those categories, and I have another idea. We can definitely add that category. So this is really community run, and we want it to reflect what our community members are doing. So I'll choose that category, and you can choose more than one. Venue details. So the venues that have already been added will be available to everyone. So first scroll down and see if your venue is already added. And if so, then you don't have to type in all the information for it. So yeah, let's just say it's Coos Bay Public Library online. He might not have set up the address for that one. Let's see, I think SWOC has there we go. Okay. Well, then I guess you will want to type in the address. I believe some of these already have them in there. So check there first, or you can just type it right in to add. There we go. And organizer details. So same thing here. Anybody who submitted an event has their organizer details here. Okay. And you can add another organizer or phone, website, email, that sort of thing. Event website, if there is a Facebook event page, we recommend you add the link to the Facebook event here. Or if it has its own website, you can add that here. And if there's any information about cost, so if it's free, you can press 0. Looks like we're pretty complete here. Oh, description. I have something in there. Does it want more? There we go. Looks like it has a minimum character limit on that. Event submitted. So the calendar entry is something that gets posted automatically. And now you can view the event page. And it'll also show related events. So if you tagged a category that is similar to other events, users will be able to check these out as well. You can share it on social media. And this links to your own social media. So if you clicked it, it would be whatever you're logged into, and you can share that, export it to Google Calendar, which I know for me, if it's not on my calendar, I won't remember it. So that's just one way you can add an event. And much like the directory entries, if you need to edit your listing, you can also edit your events. All right. Folks have also submitted their company or organization newsletter. So this was a really good example that I saw, and I will go ahead and pull that up. So CASA, Court Appointed Special Advocates for Children, Coos County, they have a, I believe it's a monthly newsletter. And when they post it on their own website, but they also logged in to South Coast Oregon Connects and just give a quick update on what their mission is, you know, if they're looking for volunteers, how to contact them, and then this takes users to CASA's website by clicking on that to read their newsletter. So just a short kind of update that an organization or business can add. And this gets posted automatically to our social media account as well. We're also highlighting projects with calls to action, so volunteers needed. I'll just show our projects section real quick. This is one that hasn't been fully developed yet, but if you're working on a community project that betters the Coos County community, we would like to feature you. And definitely you can submit your own there, or you can reach out to our team for help and we can help you get your long-term project up on our website. All right, so we'll go ahead and move down to what really can South Coast Oregon Connects do for you, your organization or business? And to be fairly brief, I just thought of 4 things. Advertising is a big one. As you can see here, these are our Google Analytics numbers since our, for the last 1 month. And so we have had 643 unique users. People have logged on almost twice per person, right around twice. The bounce rate, that just means that when people come to our website, they're using it. And session duration is another indicator that once people get to our website, they're not just spending 30 seconds reading something, they're actually clicking around, they're going to the directory, they're going to our COVID-19 resources page, and they're really staying on the site and interacting with users' content. So specifically, advertising, I wanted to highlight this really good example from last week. Energize South Coast is it's a multi-organization effort to bulk purchase ductless heat pumps in the area and benefit the community by lowering energy bills and really having a low cost to install these heat pumps. So something that's totally random, but we got a really great reaction from it. And what they did is, first, you'll see 2 and 3, they set up events on our calendar. So they did those first. And then when they submitted this news story, they linked their website. They linked those 2 events, which link back to our calendar that has more information about that specific event. And this got automatically posted to our Facebook page, which had a really good reaction. So I think they had, 70 different people on their webinar. We won't take credit for all of them, of course, but it is something to think about, that the more you utilize the website, more you post events and then post a news article about it, the more dynamic the content will be, and the more users will really be interested and get a lot out of it. So this right here is the post to our Facebook page. And then, because of this, I actually attended the event and then followed it up after with a Facebook post. So it's really what we're about is community building and supporting the users, supporting people who need these resources. And, it's really a great kind of holistic way to think about this virtual world that some people have been forced into. And this is kind of a user-friendly way to bring that virtual world to life and really highlight some of the efforts that our community members are taking. So let's see. With advertising, I would say almost anything goes. We're an impartial website that is for the community, and we want to represent the community. But we're not interested in declaring or advocating for a particular political or religious affiliation, because we are backed by nonprofits, and that's just, the law. But we can give information about those kinds of events. So, for example, something that our sister community website, Bandon Cares, does is they actually have lots of faith organizations, different churches in the directory. So that's, that's totally okay, but we probably won't approve a news post if it's, supporting a political candidate or things like that. But you're definitely welcome to advertise and give information about those kinds of things. And we really encourage that. We want it to represent the diverse community that we have. If you have more questions, go to our website guidelines, which are in the About section on the website. All right. So another thing that South Coast Oregon Connects can do is to just encourage sharing and outreach. This is part of that community building, that connection, and really making people feel welcome. So, for example, sharing an event, getting outreach around that event in an interactive, mobile-friendly, social media-friendly way, and you're maybe not having to reinvent the wheel with your own calendar. And also stories. So right now our news section, it just says news, but we will change it to news and stories. So there are these informational articles, but there's also like blog posts. So some of the coolest submittals that I've seen are just random blog posts. And I think that's really great. It's reflective of the community and our values. And we've had really good reactions from that too. So if you have a story to share that's about the community, keep it local, something that's relevant. And, our moderators are always there to help and help you cross-link and that sort of thing. So just some really great things that we've seen with sharing. There we go. And then, of course, just using it like a news update. So the press release form, right, that goes externally to media outlets. Our own news, community news section gets posted and gets posted on our website and our Facebook page. So that's more internal for users. So what can South Coast Oregon Connects do for you? So I talked a little bit about it in our last webinar, but this was really a project born out of need in the community and out of some mental health and social service organizations and general public health and that sort of thing. So they saw a need where people can go as a one-stop shop to look for resources. And that is in the nonprofit, and health world, but that's also businesses. So, right here I have an example of this is what it looks like when someone tries to search in the directory. And if you choose a category, that sort of thing, There's also businesses as well. So we really encourage businesses to post your information up. And it's just a one-stop shop. We're a community hub for resources. So I just gave the example of my email signature here. So what we're seeing is people who work with the public a lot, and maybe you're in a tourist organization and you get a lot of questions about what is there to do in the community, or, you know, where is there to go, and what's your community like? Well, this is something that you can just link in your email signature really, really easily. And I will go ahead and copy and paste that into the chat. If you're interested, we would love if you could put that in your email signature. And for those who are watching this later, I will put that in the description on the YouTube video as well. So just those really simple, easy ways to connect. We're all, you know, we're all pretty full and booked, and in a rural community, you're often doing lots of things and wearing many hats. So we just try to make it really easy for people to connect with those resources. So one last plug that I like to make is, what can South Coast Oregon Connects do for you? I like to say it's a great professional development opportunity. So I just outlined some of the kind of actionable skills that we get out of working with the website. Whether you do, as you'll see here, it's also a little bit of an ask to the community, is we are looking for editors to contribute to our effort. We're looking for moderators to help those news stories flow through and be accurate and you know, the best they can be. And we're also looking for outreach champions, and that can mean anything that you want it to mean. You know, you can just tell a friend about it, or, you know, take the next step of putting that line in your email signature, because really the website functions best when everybody is connecting, outreaching, and using it together. It's dynamic, and that's just what it is. If you do want to volunteer as an editor or moderator or on our steering committee, definitely reach out to me. I think it's a great opportunity. You know, we're in this virtual world now, and maybe people don't have the skills that go along with that. You know, as you think about the transition from traditional news and getting the word out and outreach, well, now we're doing a lot of that online because we can't see each other in person. So how do you build those technological literacy skills? And this is a great and kind of intro level way to do it, is to participate as an editor or a moderator. So we would definitely appreciate that, and reach out to me if you are interested. So what's next? Remember, we're still in the soft launch stage. We haven't even officially launched yet, but we already have, like I said, 650 users in the last month. We have about 30 or more entries on the directory, lots of news stories. So this is just the beginning. I love this photo of one of my favorite artists who works with neon art. So we really want to identify more people that can participate as editors and moderators in that professional development capacity. We're also looking for youth, young people who want to develop those skills for their resume. So if you are, you know, in that age group, or if you have a kid who's in that age group who might be interested, definitely let us know. We would like to train and develop some of those skills that our community really benefits from. Keep adding content. So if you haven't already, definitely get your directory entry up on the site. And we're just going to keep reaching out to more people, more sectors in the community, and really make this website what it was intended to be, is representative of the Coos County area as a whole. So last plug is we have our launch event. We're starting the wheels turning on this. It will be a directory scavenger hunt with prizes. So definitely sign up for our mailing list on the website, or stay tuned to our Facebook page. And we will be updating our page with more information about the scavenger hunt. So we're really excited about it. Thank you. And I will I'll have a couple minutes for any questions that anyone has. Feel free to unmute yourself and chime in, or use the chat. We kind of have a smaller group, so we can chime in if needed.
Sierra, this will be on your YouTube, right?
That's right. Yep. So we have the introductory level webinar that's already posted up on YouTube, and this one will be posted up as well on YouTube.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Where's the link link to the YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. I believe that was you. What did you say?
I was asking for where's the link for the YouTube?
Oh, definitely. So I'll go ahead and put that in the chat again. So that way you should be able to click on it directly from there. We've also posted it just today on our Facebook page, so you can find it either way. So were you able to find it in the chat?
Yes, I see it in the chat, and I haven't gone to your Facebook page yet today, but I got it from the chat.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Well, it seems like that wraps it up. If you think of anything else, here's my email up on the screen. Definitely connect with us in whatever form that your day-to-day allows, and we really appreciate you joining us and being part of this community. Thank you, everyone.